So we are done with the first part, the part that is, I would say, that takes the longest time. So now is the part where I am most excited. I have been wanting to do this for so many years, and I never really had the capacity to do it, never really had a proper place to do it, and never had the money to do it. I still don't have the equipment and all, but then a few months back, I think in December, I found this group of people called Ruang Mekah Acoustics on Threads. They are the first one that I actually found in Malaysia that are doing acoustic panels. I know that there are a lot more people out there that are doing acoustic panels in Malaysia, but they are the first one that I found. Maybe it's just they are my generation, you know, because only after that, then only I discovered other people that are doing acoustic panels. Only after I found Ruang Mekah Acoustics, I decided to like contact them. So I had this plan, right? And then I was like drafting the studio. I tried to do a measurement on like how many of the acoustic panels do I need, what kind and whatsoever, right? So I've been looking at Ruang Mekah Acoustics for quite some time, and I think it's time for me to like contact them. So I DM'd them on IG and got a reply like quite fast. They gave me a rough quotation. We proceed with the consultation. So they came for the consultation. It was quick. We measured the place, like the width, the length, and also the height from the floor to the ceiling, right? To know what kind of space are we working in. Roughly, we know that the room is square, okay? And the ceiling is not that high. It is around 8 feet, I think. 8 to 9 feet. It's not that high. And also the width. The width is around almost 11 feet. The length is also around 12 to 13 feet. We had that measurement, so they came out with a few ideas according to my budget. So my budget wasn't that big. They suggested for 2 on the front walls and then 2 on the side walls for the reflection and the rear one. But on the back wall, I don't have a solid wall, so I have a window where I put this camera on, right? So I have a window on the back wall, and also I have a door. So that is one thing where we cannot really put the panels on the not cannot lah, but I don't want to. I don't want to put the panels on the window. I had this in mind, like I want the window to have a curtain. So we find other ways on how to put the acoustic panels and whatsoever. So they suggested like, okay, well, how about we build 2 gobos or 3, depending on the budget. So I decided to go with 2 gobos first, and you know, we have an option to upgrade later on. Once I paid the deposit, they started doing the panels already. So they ordered the rock wool. By the way, yeah, for the insulation they are using rock wool. So once all the materials have arrived, they are very nice, you know. They keep on updating me, like, you know, what is the progress and all. The day that I have been waiting for it, they did not take too long, okay? They only take like what, less than a week actually. I think like 4 days. The rock will arrive on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. The rock will arrive on Wednesday. All the wood is all on Wednesday. So they started on Wednesday, and then on Thursday they told me like, okay, we want to come on Saturday. Saturday cannot, so we push forward a bit. We do it on Monday. So before they install the acoustic panels, I had to remove the fan because they want to install the cloud panels, right? More of that later on. This is how it goes. Okay, so today there is a contractor that is going to come. They're going to take off this fan. They're going to take off the light. Let me show you guys. Take off the light. We're going to install new lights, and also we're going to install the new acoustic panels. I am still looking for a buyer, but there's already a few people that has been in contact with me for the acoustic panels, and I hope I can get it sorted out soon, ASAP. So right now we are installing the acoustic panels. We got Ruang Mekah Acoustics here, and Right now they are doing the work. I'm so excited. I want to see how. I'll show you guys also what is currently happening. I wanted to do a comparison video, but then I forgot. Apparently, Ruang Mega Acoustics did not forget to do the comparison video. So this video, it doesn't have a sound, but you guys can check the comparison video on their Instagram, Ruang Mega Acoustics, and see the difference or hear the difference. The first thing that we did was clear out the studio because we don't want all the electronic stuff to be full of dust later on, because we need to drill the walls to install the hook for the acoustic panels and all. So yeah, we cleared everything. Then after all of that is done, they started to hang the first panel, which is the bass strap. Okay, so the first bass strap on the right side, and then the second bass strap on the left side. So they started by installing the two front wall panels. After that, later on, we proceed with the first and second reflection on the side wall, and then only the final part, which is the most interesting part. This is the part that I like the most, and I have been wanting this for so long, which is the cloud panel. It is interesting, you know, the process. I have never seen it in front of my own eyes. That was the first time, and I have always wondered, like, how do they actually install the cloud panels and whatsoever. So when I get to see it like real life, it just amazed me. The whole process was not quick. The whole process took some time actually. So they arrived around 1 p.m. We were done at 6, I think. I thought it was going to take like 2 hours max, you know. So once all the panels are in, the gobos, the clouds, it's time to clean the studio, and it's time to bring all the equipment in. So we brought all the equipment in, we cleaned the studio. Thank you to Ruang Mega, they cleaned the studio, and then we get to test. Although it was hot, there was no aircon, there was no fan. I was sitting there without ventilation or what. I closed the window. I don't care if it's hot or burning or whatever, you know. I just want to hear the difference. I was so excited. I don't know how to explain. It's just, I love it. I just love the process, you know. The part that is taking the longest is the measurements. After they measure, they drill, and then they start hanging up all the panels, right? Neat work here. I like it. I love it. They are very good. The experience have been very good with them. And then after a few days, I figured that I might need an aircon. After a week, I tried to compare the difference between before and after I got the acoustic panels, and this is how it goes. It has been a week since the acoustic panels were installed, and I can say that it has a lot of differences. In terms of sound, you guys can hear that it is not as bad as before, obviously, of course, but in terms of like mixing decisions, I think right now I can properly decide what I want to do on like EQ decisions, because all the frequencies, right, they are now properly distributed. I would say I don't know how to describe it, I don't know how to explain, but I would say that it is more accurate now. The bass is not overwhelming, the mids and the highs are not overwhelming also, so it makes me decide better, you know. And the best part is the gobo. I got 2 gobos. Right now I'm positioning them like this, just for the video, but at times when I want to mix, I can position it however I want. When I want to record, I can position it however I want. When I'm not doing anything, when I want to clean the room or what, I can position it however I want. It is not a problem, and it is very helpful because it has wheels on it, so it's easy to move them around. So I can place it anywhere in the room. Right now, I still don't have a curtain, but I'm gonna try and get the curtain this week. Yeah, I would say there's still a few more things that I need to do, and I'll try to get it done this week. So there you go, that is the process of acoustic treatment, installing the acoustic panels, and we are still not done. Later on, I'm gonna show you guys how do I tackle the problem with not having an aircon or a fan. I'm gonna show you guys that later on the next video, and maybe I'll show you guys a bit on how I get the lights on here. So see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching the part 2. I appreciate the support for part 1. For those of you who haven't watched the part 1, please go and check it out. And if you like the video, and if you have any suggestions, drop down a comment. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss part 3. See you guys on the next one. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys. Peace out.